Hello, welcome back to Compplay. The first show was not a fever dream. This is show number 2.
We're back.
We're back. I'm Tim.
I'm Nick. Hello.
In the
I'm
background,
jet lagged.
He's very jet lagged, poor man. In the background is Sam. Say hello, Sam.
Hello, hello.
In this show, Nick has been to Thailand to play in the Asia's largest ever Warhammer 40,000 teams tournament.
I've got all the hot goss.
Yeah.
I've got all the meta chat. I've got a sincere apology to give to my girlfriend as well. So it's going to be great.
Yeah, Nick got pumped by some luminaries of the Warhammer 40,000 world.
And then we played some 40K.
And then you played 40K. So we're going to talk about that wonderful event. We're going to talk about the meta in Thailand and also generally here. And as always, we're going to look at your hobby pictures from the Discord. There are loads of them. I had to do a best of. It's exciting. Beautiful stuff.
Thanks everyone for the input on the Hobby Corner because it's been unreal and we have seen some fantastic work.
It is really made me want to collect about 4 new armies.
There's a lot of jet lag in the chat. There's a number of us who kind of.
Who's in chat? Zach, hello. Holly, hello.
Holly, hello. Callum, hello. Burning Legion. I'm not sure who that is. But how many Nurglings is too many Nurglings? There's no such thing. They're tiny, they fit in your pocket. We've got Ross.
Hello, Ross.
Toss Rolly. Hello, mate.
So Ross was also in Thailand and also jet lagged.
And is also jet lagged. Or I didn't do the full 2.5 weeks like me. Right. So yeah, there's a lot of people who just went for like 5-6 days, which I think is idiocy. You are very stupid people.
All right, well.
I love you. So yeah.
Yeah, tell us. So, okay, burning questions.
Yeah.
Number 1, you represented Compplay as a team.
Yes.
How'd you do?
We came 7th.
Out of 7.
7's a really lucky number and it's good.
7, okay, that's
it's
brilliant.
not last.
Not last.
Yeah, we came 7th and we won Best Sportsmanship as well. So
of course you did.
Cheers, Mum. Thank you. Yeah, no, exactly. It was an absolutely fantastic event. It was in the NH Lagoon Resort in Phuket in Thailand, which usually looks like it was a wedding venue, which obviously made it extra special. Which it was. Great setup. It was. I'm gonna be honest here. I was grossly underprepared. My plan was to go there on the Friday. Me, Liam, Tom, fellow teammates, we're going to get a couple of games at Jeff's or at the venue there where they had like a little doubles tournament happening. I actually had alcohol poisoning on the Friday morning because I was picked up on a motorway in Thailand at 2 o'clock in the morning by some guy. And when I said picked up, I mean saved, not in a...
Read into that one.
Yeah. And he took me home at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and
this was the night before your first game of Warhammer.
No, the night before I was due to practice.
Oh, okay. Right.
So my poor girlfriend Nikita, I apologise so much for the absurd voice notes I sent. And so that meant that my practice session didn't quite go as planned. Yeah. In terms of the team. It's myself on EC, which was a mistake in and of itself.
Yeah.
It's the grand finale for me in EC, and anyone else.
Is that because you're out of practice, or because one of the things I know about this tournament is you're on GW train, which we don't usually play. We play.
I think no, I don't think it was a practice issue. I think it was they're just not in a very good spot at the moment, and I think I was too proud to admit that, and I didn't go triple prince. Which is, where we're supposed to be. I was on EC. We had Big Tom Ham, the Northern Man, on Drakari, who
started the
team, went 401, placed 7th overall, came above the Art of War guys. Might note.
Let's highlight how impressive that is.
Yeah.
Because tell me some of the other teams. We've got some Art of War players. I know it wasn't an Art of War team officially.
Yeah, so the Jeffs, Big Jeff, the benefactor of this whole channel, I think he was a craft cheese magnate at one point. That's how he's made his money. So Big Jeff kind of Man City'd the ting, really, and brought in 3 Art of War players. So Nick Nanavati, Michael Mann, and Ben Jurek. And then he had Jerome, who you may know from the South Coast, kind of John Connolly, you may know from the South Coast kind of 40k scene. He's a very, very good guard player. Jeff himself, and then Greg Chamberlain of Team England, absolutely smash it with Votan.
Votan King.
Yeah. Big shout to Greg, who I've personally fell in love with whilst I was out there, which also got me in the doghouse with my missus, so I'm really sorry about that. And he's going to chat as well.
Okay.
Greg came out on top. I think he 20-0'd every single opponent, playing a ridiculous Votan list.
With Votan, yeah.
With votes, which is like, again, achievement on itself, so big up Greg. And yeah, that was they were kind of like the pre-tourney favourites, I think, like experience on GW, etc. And then there was StatCheck there, so the Roberts brothers, who obviously do play testing and balancing for 40k. One on Ultramarines, one on Necrons, which says a lot about where the game's at this moment in time. They also had Lewis, who plays Monka, Tau. I can't remember who else now because I'm jet lagged. But yeah,
that's right.
There was an insane field.
There's some world's teams, right?
Yeah, there are world's teams. So Team Thailand were there, Team Singapore. There's a team from Dubai who we paired into, who we just narrowly beat. Great bunch of lads. Osama from that team had double Lord of Skulls in his list, which you just respect the hustle at that point.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
So to come 7th, win best sport, and for Tom to come 12th placed.
7th place overall.
7th placed, and I think well done, can't play.
Yes, I think, and you know, it that lack of practice, I think, was exposed. Not mostly in me. Like I said, I had my worst ever tournament outing. I went 1-4. I went 1-4. I've never had a losing.
Oh, no.
I've never had a losing.
You know it's bad when you get back from an event. You go, I'm quitting my army.
Well, no, actually, no. In a weird way, do you know what? Like it's not a tournament. It's the friends we made along the way. No, it was. I don't know. Big Greg's just. StatCheck was his favourite. Typhus and Uncle A are Team Poland alumni, that's what it is. And then Brian Sepp was there from Team USA as well, from StatCheck. So that's a pretty good team.
That's the stat lineup.
That is quite the lineup. And so obviously I think, before the event it was who's it going to be? Is it StatCheck?
Yeah.
Those guys sadly played in the 4th game, which, pairings be like that sometimes. And StatCheck came out with the win. And bossed the tournament really. It was just the general level was unbelievably good, and I think again. We don't necessarily see huge representation from the Asian nations at WTC, ITT, etc. And we'll get into probably why that is in a minute. But just the general level was incredible. The sportsmanship, the play by intent. I remember we played Team Singapore in the last game, and they absolutely pumped us. They did naughty things to me. They did naughty things to Liam, but 20-0'd us both. And they, I spoke to them beforehand about being inexperienced with GW terrain, and he had a Land Raider. I was playing against Custodes, and anyone who knows Custodes at the moment, it's a tough fight at the best of times. But on GW terrain, it was horrible. He had a Land Raider parked into the expansion just here. I had a Demon Prince in the little Dorito of safety that you have on that layout.
I can bring that up for you.
And he was, I pre-measured, if the Land Raider does a normal move, it's not got assault. If it does a normal move, can it see my Demon Prince? He was like, no. He moved it, he could see the Demon Prince, and he was like, do you know what, move it. You had 6 inches movement spare, can you do it? And I think that was like the general feeling of like the tournament for the whole weekend. Just the play by intent was fantastic. Just super friendly people. So you can see the Dorito. That's the Dorito safety. So I had a Rhino where the eye is and a Demon Prince just behind, and he was on just the bottom point, kind of where that. And I think that was just like the general demeanour of the whole weekend. Like everyone was fantastic. Incredible to see people playing 40k, which is already like a very complicated game in terms of language, vernacular, and how rules sequence, and how you talk about it, and people playing that in a second language, and absolutely like being just incredible at it. And hopefully, from what I hear, it's the first year of an ongoing yearly event. So, yeah, it was brilliant, mate. It was absolutely fantastic. I want more 40k events like this, where there's lots of space around the tables, good beer,
sun, the sea, alcohol poisoning.
Yes, yeah. I've still got the taste of chemicals in my mouth as you speak. So, yeah. It was great. It was great, mate. It was great.
Oh, that's amazing to hear. I'm glad it was good. I wish I was there.
Yeah, no, I kind of wish you were too, if I'm honest. But at least maybe then someone would have played a Marines army, which meant that we might.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone 0-4.
0-4.
Yeah.
But yeah, in terms of team as well, what was super interesting. So shouts to Ross, who's in the chat, Vanguard Tactics Ross, who's on our team as well. What was super interesting, everyone we played against, he was playing like excessive chickens Kroot.
Kroot spam, right?
Kroot spam, yeah. So okay. It's like super aggressive, it scouts, and then it advances basically and charges you in your deployment zone turn 1 if he goes first. And it's a tough out. And everyone we paired was like, we don't want to play Kroot. And that was really deemed. And I think that was also, we'll talk a little bit about the meta in a bit, but I was surprised how meta-tuned everyone was again. And there was a point previously as well. So there was a bit of an ongoing joke actually in the WhatsApp chats and kind of things like that, is that, what can we proxy as Victrix Guard and what can we proxy as Catan? And it became a bit of a joke between us guys, like, everyone's meta chasing. But the reality is it's speaking again to like some people in the region, is there's such a hobby lag out there that Victrix Guard had only just popped up after, or were readily available anyway, only after they dropped from 4 to 3 wounds.
You think it's annoying when that kit you want sells out from Games Workshop in a week?
Yeah.
Well, imagine you don't live in the country where it's made.
No, exactly. And so something that quite wrongly we were a bit like, oh god, no. The reality is those things weren't available to some teams. But in spite of that, there was still.
I was going to say, despite that,
yes, yeah.
How many Catans did you see this weekend?
So the Nightbringer was absolutely everywhere. It was great to see that model on the table, because I'd only ever really seen it in previews and things like that. It's still such a cool model. I did pair into Necrons on my second game.
Oh, you did? Did you even scratch it? Or?
I got it down. I think at one point I got it down to 4 wounds, and then it healed again, and then it just ran away. And then dishing out mortal wounds like as it does along the way. So it was fun. That was like Wraith. That was a Wraith brick. And so that does kind of lead us into as well, like what a lot of the armies were like there.
Yeah,
so,
I know that you're saying that the meta out there has a bit of a lag, but it sounds like because this is a high level event, the meta is pretty representative of what it's like worldwide.
Yeah.
And I've like heard about the scourge of Necrons, and people tell me Space Marines are overpowered. It doesn't feel that way in my hands, but what did it feel like to play? Like, was it all? I guess every team has Necrons, every team has Victrix.
Pretty much, all the like high level teams, quote unquote, had one Ultramarines player, one Necrons, Nightbringer, Wraiths, DDAs. It was kind of that kind of thing. GW terrain is super friendly towards strung out units, and we'll cover a little bit this a bit. But so there was a lot of that. Ultras was Blades, which is like a few Redemptors, a few Rep X, and the Rep X, the Repulsor Executioner, is the counter to Catan, right? So that's
2 shots, D6 plus 4 damage.
Exactly that. So you're kind of doing 5, 6, 7 damage on average. Yeah. If you oath it, get 2 Rep X into it, and then probably a Redemptor overcharging, you might kill it, depending on 4-ups. Also there was the kind of Land Raider Custodes list, which I also played against.
It upsets me, that list. I just does it feel so not custodian?
Yeah, I know. And as someone playing EC against that, particularly on the terrain again, we will. I don't want to seem like I'm moaning, but we got a little bit on it later. Is that was my biggest takeaway and my biggest naivety, like going into the event, completely on me, is how different the GW terrain would be for an EC army, in where I interact. My shooting interacts at 18 inches, and then I've got a lot of advance and charge. But my game plan is to set up unfadable charges out of rhinos to cause to either get my pledge, get my secondaries, etc. Setting up to an unfadable charge on a Land Raider, and then it 6-inch reacted like.
Okay.
Around the corner was it's just tough.
It's okay. Tough. It's Games Workshop's fault. I get it.
Yeah. Nathan and Josh, can we please sort that out? Thank you.
Do you want to have a little look at the terrain? Because
so
we have So we're used to playing. We play a lot of WTC. We also play a lot of UKTC, which we have on the right here.
Yeah.
These are the same. You would play this corner deployment.
Yeah.
On both these layouts.
Yes.
This is Purge. We're playing Purge.
Yeah.
We're imagining.
Yeah.
You can't see the objectives on the Games Workshop one, but you can imagine they're in the same place.
Yes. Yeah. And we can kind of highlight where they are. So this is what I played Custodes against. And
this map on the left.
Yes, the one on the left. And so the Land Raider was able to park just kind of on the objective a bit further down, his expansions, the one kind of south. So I was able to just park there. I couldn't utilise the little staging point that you've got on the bottom without risk of getting Calidus tanked, diagonally from the top. They had a Calidus at the top.
I'm just going to move this over so you can see behind our faces.
And basically Draxus and squad, I think it's Wardens, isn't it?
Let's just make this big.
So the difference here is that ruin on home extends further out towards no man's land versus what we on UKTC. We have that little safe.
Here.
We have that. Yeah, exactly. That safe midpoint. So he was able to extend Draxus out exactly kind of 5 inches, interact with me in my deployment zone, and then when I moved up to try and interact with Draxus, to get on the objective, you're pretty much within 9, or you just have to sit, so you can only put one person on the objective.
Yeah.
So put 1 OC, 2 OC on the objective. If I came any closer than that, then Draxus would just 6-inch reactive back. And it was just a nightmare. And I think that was generally indicative of my experience of the weekend. And again, that's completely on me. That was I was ill prepared. But yeah, the GW terrain is very, very different. We spoke to the Team Singapore guys, and Wesley, my opponent, shouts to Wesley, he was, I said, absolutely fantastic opponent. He got first turn against me, and as soon as he did, he just leant back and he was like, guys, first turn! And then they just knew I couldn't do anything about it. They knew I couldn't interact with him and what have you. So yes, it was a learning experience. And I think that talks to. I would be interesting to see going forward, when we get into 11th and what have you.
I would love to see Games Workshop push for more events to use their terrain and have more of a feedback loop, because we get balance updates every 5 weeks. It feels like, but we never get terrain updates. And so when I suggest should we be playing Games Workshop in the UK, people are like, no, because this map sucks. Well, maybe they could fix it, maybe they could work if they updated them as often as the other stuff.
And I think it also what's interesting, so across Asia they use GW terrain as well. So when we're in an era of net listing and people checking BCP for list, kind of that meta, I don't say meta chasing, but looking for advantage in the competitive game, which is fair enough. That meta, or the GW terrain meta, seems to favour stat check armies, not stat check the team, but also they're very good on it as well.
Stat check shooting armies.
The
kind of armies that I enjoy, Nick.
But it's it's 3 Redemptors, 2 Repex, Victrix, Company Heroes. So it's kind of push and deal with that. Or I also played against a guy playing Nids who had one 20-man termagant and two 10-man termagant units that again did something similar on a slightly different layout to this, where I can't remember the name of the. I did research this and it's fallen out of my head because of jet lag.
Right.
But there's this big monster that basically regenerates termagants as its ability.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can also regenerate D6
It's got one
plus 3.
crawling out of its
Yeah,
womb.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it can also regenerate D6 plus 3 as a strat. And you're just trying to like pick a volume of bodies up. And again, for EC, that was just a horrible out because I always trade like infavourably relative to everything else. So
it's a Turbogon.
A Turbogon. There we go. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. So yeah, so it's for me. I think it just goes to show that we talk a lot about win rates and like what have you. I think they are different, you know, relative to GW terrain, UKTC terrain, and WTC, and it'd be interesting for us to have like insight into that across different regions and different terrain types. And it does make me wonder then how the game balances. You know, I'm not John Lennon, sadly, so I can't take EC to GW terrain and kick ass on it. But I think my biggest takeaway is different terrain makes a big difference.
Like GW, let's give them some credit and assume that they are doing a good job balancing. They're balancing that presumably mostly play testing on their own terrain, right?
Yeah.
Like when I look at a Land Raider priced at 275 points and you literally can't move it around a WTC board, it's crazy to me.
Yes.
It's not worth the points because you can't really use it.
Yeah.
But you can use it on GW. So I think it is not really. I know that they take into account win rates, and those win rates are on other terrain formats. But I just want to move my tanks around, Nick.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is that, you know, UKTC historically has been quite rough for someone who wants to do whole spam, but GW in particular is very friendly to that.
Yeah.
And just the amount of lines that you have from your deployment into opponent's deployment just feels like quite egregious.
Like that juicy learn.
Yeah, the other thing as well is that on the GW, if you're on your home, so if everyone looking at this moment in time, the top right is where the home objective is.
So this is your home. Yeah.
So you can pop a tank just there, and then nose it out just so it crosses the line of the two. Yeah. And then you can shoot into your opponent's deployment like willy-nilly.
Yeah, you can shoot over here.
And in that instance, you can shoot into your own expansion and the opponent's expansion as well.
That gap fits a Land Raider as well.
Boy, does it fit a Land Raider.
It does.
Don't even need to spit on it.
Yeah, and you know, if anything tries to threaten your expansion over here, you can pop out and shoot down this line. Yeah, you can shoot. Imagine being able to like have angles.
Yeah, I know. So a lot of shooty armies, a lot of stat check, a lot of kind of not horde, but things that can string out from that ruin onto an objective, and then just complete, you know, wraiths, the turbogans, so things that they can bring models back. You know, get a resurrection orb, and then a CP strat that brings a character back, and then also the D3 kind of reanimation protocols. Yes.
I do love how you can stage on your expansion and threaten their expansion.
Yes, exactly. It's a bit bonkers.
Yeah.
It is a little bit bonkers, but so in all, fantastic event. I thank you to the team for carrying me. So shouts to, obviously, Liam was playing Scintillating Legion that we spoke about last week, that has fantastic pairings, is egregious into certain things, but is also has some hard outs. Ross did fantastic with his Kroot spam, and as I said, you know, like some people, that was the only list that everyone said they didn't want to play against, because on GW, like, again, it just pushes, and suddenly you've just got a real hard time getting out of your deployment.
You must fear the chicken.
You must fear the chicken.
I fear all chickens. I fear you, Sam, honestly. We've got a league game coming up and it's got chickens.
It's got chickens, it's got a chuck-chucks. And yes. Sorry, who else? Oh, Sam was on Blood Angels, so he knew Rage Cliff Onslaught. Sam G. Hobby Henchman guys. And also Mike was on Crons as well. And then obviously, like I said, Tom Ham saving a day with his 7th placing.
With Drakari.
Drakari were also very similar, I suppose, in some ways to Kroot. Super offensive, great movement, lots of obsec, like flipping objectives, like willy-nilly.
Pointy things.
Is Tom a genius, or is Drakari all over the meta right now?
I think Tom plays it very well. I don't like to give that man any credit. Having to mother him basically for a weekend in Thailand as he played 40k and took dummies. But no, he plays it very well, and he knows how to get the most out of it. It's a superb anti-infantry army. If you go up against stat check armies, it's going to struggle. You go against Holzbam, it's going to struggle. But we managed to get him and Ross most of our favourable pairings. It was my second team's event. Sam, can you go on me for this, please? It's my second team's event in a row where every single opponent has said, "You're my 20-0." And it's disconcerting, disparaging.
And it's not because you see a bad or you see an easy matchup.
It's just because
they looked you in the eyes and they thought, he is weak.
When I'm dribbling on the pairing
I
cards.
can take him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it was easier in a Ross spot. And I only got 20 once across those 8 games on my ads, and I got a few wins in there as well.
So does that mean they were wrong many times? And just once they were right.
Just once they were right. No, he didn't say he was going to 20 me. To be fair, he was a nice lad. He said after.
Right, I've got a question though. It's about this event.
Yeah.
Who were you the captain?
I was the captain. Yes.
Right,
yeah.
And this was a 6-man team.
Yes, which is an unusual format actually.
How does that make pairings different, or is it not really?
So you still put your defender up. Players put 2 attackers up. It tends to be that you just get a couple more automatics at the end, if that makes sense. So the 2s and 2s that are left at the end automatically go against each other, which was a slight change. I think that thanks to Ross as well, like creating a matrix. I was woefully naive.
I don't even know how to make a matrix.
It's in the Matrix. Does that count?
Yes, no, exactly. I was not the one. You put you name the different archetypes of armies you're going to get for different factions, and you put in a 1, 2, or 3 as to whether 1, I don't want to play it. 2, I don't mind playing it. 3, I'd love it.
Yeah.
I put a bit too many 2s and 3s. I'm not going to lie. I got paired. I managed to. I went against Demons for one game, which is that should be a 20-0 to Demons. I managed to make it a 12-8.
Nice. You're good with your EC.
It's for such.
You're just not top. You're not.
It's an aggressive army, and having to play to obfuscate is just like, oh man, it sucks when you're playing EC.
So, but by and large, you could still do the tactics of the pairings.
Yes. Yeah. No. Exactly. And like I said, we managed to get really favourable pairings to Ross and Tom in particular. Liam got a couple of rough outs, but also got some good ones. There was one Death Guard pairing we got against Dubai team that we thought was going to be very, very favourable for him, and didn't turn out that way because we forgot the Death Guard had a strat that was -1 to wound or -1 damage. I can't remember what it was. So just
-1 damage in one of them.
Yes, I think that's what it was. So lots of flat 3 damage with the big birds became damage 2, and suddenly on Terminator bodies that becomes like an issue. But no, I think like I said, as an experience, it was absolutely fantastic. It was a lot of learning, but also what is. As you kind of intimated earlier, like sometimes you can walk away from that being like, oh God, like I never want to play 40k again. It is lit a fire under my bum.
Oh, good.
I really want to go out and win another event before the end of 10th. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely meta chase. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm going to bring Blades. I'm going to bring Necrons.
Are they going to get nerfed before you get either of these armies?
This is the issue. Sorry, from what I understand, the inside scoop is Marines are going to get triple tapped very soon. So you may have heard it here first.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
No.
But also rightfully so.
What do you mean rightfully so? I'm on my way to winning the league I'm in.
So get him out of the way quick. Get it done quickly.
Liam's trying to postpone our game.
Liam, I heard about that.
Also, Liam's playing scintillating, and that could get a bit of a nerf.
That detachment is going to get deleted. Marines will just get nerfed, right?
No, what you saying whether or not demons come back in?
No. What I mean is the way that GW balance the demon detachments is they accidentally make them too good and then they turn it off.
Yes, yeah.
Right? They did it with the Slanesh one.
Yeah.
What was that called?
Excess? League of Excess.
League of Excess, right? So
Legion of Excess.
They're going to do it for scintillating. They're not going to do a little tweak. They'll just delete it.
Yeah.
And they'll make you play the Bellacore detachment. That's the only one they want you to play.
Yeah, exactly.
So they'll do that.
Which,
and then for Space Marines, what they'll probably do, I reckon, is nerf Ultras.
Yes.
Points nerfs to Ultras.
Yes. But I don't know where they can go anymore with it because I think the +1 to wound on oath was the right move in some ways. And I know people don't
every
like
way.
But just Marines had lots of B tier, so we got lots and lots of data sheets, right? But a lot of B tier data sheets.
Yeah.
And I think the +1 kind of pushed those up. But then what tends to happen then is that, you know, suddenly you can tack a little bit more in with other armies. So that pushes the general data sheet value up as a result of good oath. And then that's also meant to Salamanders now. So Salamanders are like the kind of the bully boys of the meta at this moment in time. And they've been maintaining the win rate for Marines for like a considerable amount of time previous to Victrix and are still going like under the radar a little bit at this point in time. They're like a really, really good 4-1 army and they win a couple of events a month, like 1 or 2 events a month, but they're consistently like a 4-1. And yeah, from what I understand, Marines are going to be in an interesting place this next slate.
If my beloved Iron Hands lose good oath, I'm quitting 40k. I can't cope.
Your Iron Hands list would have done absolutely great on GW terrain.
It's
like you stringing out 10 heavy intercessors onto an objective, so that it might, so that they get the 2 up against 1 damage, and the 5 up Feeling of Pain would have been absolutely outrageous. It's a shame that you've got no way to bring them back, but that would have kicked ass on GW terrain. So but that leads us kind of quite nicely onto the meta, I suppose.
What's getting nerfed other than my beloved Iron Hands?
Grizzly Guards
Grizzled Guard.
Have run away with the meta this weekend. So like 4 separate GT and Super Major event wins, highest win rate. The kind of mixed arms Astro Militarum lists are back, and I like that. I think, you know, guard players are always an interesting bunch, I think.
People say that, but that's just because occasionally one of them cosplays.
Yeah, you get some guy who's got like a flat top and he's been to the army surplus store. He wears his combat trousers a bit too high, and he's got a flat top and whatever else.
I'm going to put my hat in the ring for not putting whole groups of people in the same bucket.
I said some.
Anyway, but Grizzled, what does it do? I forgot what it does. It gives more orders.
Yes, it does. So you get instances where infantry can give tank orders with an enhancement, I do believe it is, and you get more iterations of orders.
Tim, do you want to try and find it on your...
Yeah, get out.
Get Grizzled up.
But just quickly, while we wait for Tim to do that, Connor was just... Callum, was asking, was there many rage there?
Do you know what? So there wasn't a huge amount of Blood Angels, and they were in a good spot during the 4-wound Victrix moment. Weirdly, I think they've got a lot of hard counters as an army, but kind of makes them good in teams. So I was surprised that there weren't quite as many Rage Cursed Onslaught armies there. Sam did have a bit of a rougher time, bless him. He struggled a little bit, and again, I think that's a little bit to do with the terrain.
A good counter on G-dubs to Rage is gun.
Yes. Good Overwatch sucks, you know. And again, I think that they're kind of like an elite skirmish army, aren't they? Rage Cursed. So they are a skirmish, similar to what ECR actually, I suppose, is you probably get 13, 14, 15 activations, and that doesn't necessarily do it against the kind of horde / stat checky / kind of strung out unit kind of meta.
Yeah,
I suppose, but yeah. So sadly not as many Blood Angels. I am thinking about relative to the Catan meta that we found. I was chatting with Greg actually. We were in a pool in Thailand together, as you do. I do think that there's probably a lag iteration of Blood Angels Double Raider with 2 3-man Assault Centurions with melters. So no, listen. So
I'm not even going to entertain this argument.
on GW, might I add, because
Slowly walk.
no, because you put them in a Land Raider, mate.
So bad.
No,
I'm so
put them in a Land Raider. Land Raider goes beep beep. You set up charge. Now they get the grenades keyword as an option, a war gear option.
So you can kill the closest model with the grenades before you charge.
But I was doing a bit of the math. So for 1 CP, you can battle shot them, and they get +1 to wounds, +1 to wounds, and I think it's lethal hits, which they love into the Nightbringer because they got sustained 2 against monsters or vehicles. So if you give them +1 to wound, they're strength 10, twin linked, which means they wound them on 4s, twin linked. The flat 3 damage pulls down to 2, but with the 3 melters, Oath and 1 CP, you can bring down a Nightbringer.
With one block
with
of 3?
1 block of 3.
And a Land Raider.
And, no, but you've got the Land Raider as, you can ping off. You use a Land Raider basically to get 4 las cannon shots in, 1 goes through on the math, and that's your attrition basically. So depending on what goes on with the points, that could be tech.
I like this.
I love it.
List, get it done before they go to Legends in about 8 months.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got some Assault Centurions, haven't you?
No, I've got Dev in my Raven Guard.
Okay.
My Imperial Fists pretending to be Raven Guard army.
Yes.
I think I just like people that make Centurions work.
Yeah.
It's a rare one.
It's a rare, yeah, exactly. They got absolutely thrown into the sun. Right, should we just go through Grizzled Company very quickly?
Yeah, I'm just going to shout out, there's a great video by Paul is bad at stuff when he takes like 18 Centurions to a tournament, and it's great. I love that stuff.
And his next move is max Centurions.
Yeah.
He's trying to get ready before they...
Exactly.
Yeah, should we talk about Grizzled? All right.
So
what it does is add 1 to the number of orders each officer can issue, and when a unit is affected by an order, it gets to reroll a hit roll of 1, and most of the time, also a wound roll of 1.
Yes, yeah. So that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Because,
Whenever something says if you're attacking a thing on an objective, it might as well just have it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So it makes their low number of shots, like your Dawns, well actually they've not really even got that low number of shots, have they? But it makes the Vanquishers, the Destroyers very good, because suddenly you don't get the attrition, you get the extra orders. It's just really good.
Whenever a detachment has this enhancement, which is you give a character the ability to attach to a unit it can't usually attach to. Whenever the Games Workshop do this, they break the game.
So it's like Bullgrin and
then this is what happened with Tactical Brigades for Orcs. And then they had to really nerf it. It's like, oh, you gave flash hits, reroll, full rerolls.
Yeah. I think target weak spot, the new order is, if I remember correctly, I can't remember which tank it is, whether it's a Dawn or Vanquisher or Destroyer, Demolisher, has AP3, and then they're now pushed to AP4 as part of that order.
Yeah, absolute bollocks. Why does that order exist?
I know. That's what they need. So and again, like relative to, I think it's a really good tune into what has become a bit more of a stat check meta. It's got great OC and like volume of bodies. So it's a proper mixed arms guard army, basically.
And they've given guard with all their tanks armor of contempt.
Yes, they have.
And also
3-up save.
They
used to have a 3-up save.
Yeah, now
they have a 1-up save.
Yes, exactly. Great stuff.
Yes.
Fun and games. So I do believe Jerome had great success again with that. So I think your guard. We're in an interesting spot at this moment in time because I think everyone tuned into Victrix. So there was on massive deep like damage 2, or like trying to break that tipping point of how do you wound T4 bodies with -1 to wound, and have reliable damage of 4. That kind of went away. We've now tuned into a bit of a preemptive Catan meta. So, everyone knew the Nightbringer was coming. We knew Wraith and whatever else. And I think this has just been an automatic counter kind of to that. And it counters, it counters Blades of Ultramar and things like that very, very well.
I love it when GW break other armies while Space Marines are strong.
Yes.
I mean, you're saying you've got the inside scoop that Space Marines are getting ruined, but we'll see.
Yeah, I did. That was the word.
I'd be sad because in our league that we do in our local pub, I brought Victrix, didn't I? I brought
only 6.
Only one unit of 6,
yeah.
and it's taken me a few games to figure out how to use them because I usually do Space Marines where all my damage is shooting, and I just use melee for skirmish.
Yep.
And Victrix is not that; they're a really hard hitting unit.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm just 4 games in, figuring out how busted that surge move is.
Yes. No, exactly that.
You just yeet them into the middle. You don't have to be protective about them. You just yeet them into your opponent's army, and they can't shoot them because they'll just move into someone.
But it does kind of go back to that point, earlier actually, in terms of the hobby-led thing. Right, it's great that the game is being balanced so quickly, and I think I do have an appreciation in terms of we're very lucky. I suppose you have a really tight community in terms of everyone we play with and our team and what have you, and we're often handing out armies to each other for teams events. God knows I've had Tom Ham's EC for God knows how long, but when you're in a position where you can't necessarily adapt that quickly. And then you manage to finally get your 6 Victrix card to take it over, and then literally it's done. Yeah. I do have a level of sympathy. There.
I don't care. I kit bashed them for cheap. I bought 1 box of Stern Guard and made 6 Victrix. So if they nerf them,
no, exactly.
I don't even like playing Ultramarines.
They look cool. But no, and the other side of Ultramarines possibly getting a bit of a triple tap, or Marines get a triple tap, is we might see some list variation at last. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I wish actually everyone would, because I've been running multiple Redemptors for the whole of 10.
Yeah, and everyone's just caught on.
I've always insisted they're good.
Yeah, exactly.
And now everyone's copying me.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Nothing to do with the points changes or anything.
Nothing to do with that. So yeah,
definitely.
Cool. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else we needed to cover in the meta, really. But yeah, it does seem to be a bit of a kind of a 3-horse race at this moment in time.
We didn't really go through the strats. Do you want to go to the strats?
They're obnoxious.
I guess we've talked about Victrix a bit, but you've more talked about Catan being oppressive at this event, with Victrix also very oppressive.
Like I said, I wouldn't say they're oppressive, but it was just people knew they were coming, right? Yeah. So people were prepared. But I think it's much easier to prepare yourself for one big target. So that's your Rep X's, that's your Dawns, your Vanquishers, Demolishers, etc. Than it is to cater to 2 or 3 6-man units that have -1 to have 4 wounds. It's just a bit of a different challenge, but you can hone down one model, and particularly now it's -1 damage, not half damage. The anti-tank in particular, it used to be volume used to get rid of Catans because you had the invuln and the film and pain. Now dedicated anti-tank actually does what it's supposed to do,
and you hope
you hit and hope. Exactly that. But yeah, Tim, I feel like this is your favourite part of every show.
Are we moving over to Hobby Corner?
I think we should do Hobby Corner.
Yes. Beautiful.
So thank you again to everyone who's submitted so far. If you're not already, in this live stream, we do have the Discord down at the bottom. Please hit your subscribe, your likes, etc. But please join the Discord and get your goods in there. We've been away. I've been away and for a couple of weeks, but the show has been away for 3 weeks. So we got to a point where we had to kind of summarize what has been a multitude of submissions. So thank you.
There's so many beautiful pictures on the Discord, and like Nick says, we're 3 weeks between the last show, and also we didn't even get to all the pictures last show because we ran out of laptop battery and the stream died. So we're catching up. This first one on the screen from Xander, I actually thought I was talking about on the stream last week. So we'll talk about it again.
The Necrons Killer Croissant.
Yeah, the Killer Croissant. I've seen this basing technique before, and every time I love it. It's so cool. I don't know how it doesn't fall over.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's a very weighted base. Bit of slate on there.
It's just angles.
Yeah, no, it's Angles McAnderson. Is it being propped up at the back there? But that's really cool. I don't see many purple crons as well. I'm very much into that.
It's making me feel kind of pretty good about crons right now.
I'm feeling good about crons right now. Yeah.
That looks nice.
That looks really nice, yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, we were looking at the data sheet for this on the drive over.
It's got
you can
sustain D3, strength 16, AP3, D6 plus 2. Yeah,
really cool. This burn effect is lovely.
Yeah.
The laser and just good job. Good job. We've got Dingle Dangles. I don't know who Dingle Dangles is. Two bloody titans.
Two absolute mammoth bastards.
Incredible.
Is that, what guns has it got? So it's got a big old flamer. It's got some kind of autocannon things.
Oh, I like all the guns on the left.
Split paint job.
Oh, is that Howling Griffins? So
it is Howling Griffins. Hell yeah.
Well, is it, or is it just one of the night houses?
Is it one of the night houses?
Look at the top. Look at the top.
Same. Is it Howling Griffins?
That's Howling Griffins.
I also really like these bases have a lot going on.
Yeah,
This guy attending to his
and if he's dropped his knob.
Oh, is that all that is? His knob?
Yeah, it's his knob.
Yeah, that's banging.
Night knob.
Love it very much. Now, Chris.
Shouts to Chris.
This is our
fellow
mate.
teammate.
The window over just a bit, just so we can see a bit more.
Yeah.
Just to the right.
Yes, thank you, Sam. Now, this is our mate Chris, who was posting these in WhatsApp, and I said, Chris, get
him on a
Get him
Discord.
on the Discord. I'm glad he did.
Or Chris.
Chris, I'm going to, just before I show these pictures, you'll see in a minute that Chris does some awesome kit bashing, and he's got a cool paint scheme, and he keeps all of his orcs in plastic bags, which he brings to the club.
He's like an orc dealer.
Yeah.
He comes out with a 9-bar of orcs.
It pisses me off, but what doesn't piss me off is his cool kit bashing. So he's doing, they're not tank busters, they're breaker boys.
Breaker boys, yeah.
And he's been kit bashing them from, I love this guy with like explosive arms.
Yes, yeah. So is this from Blood Bowl figures, or is it?
This is an AOS orc.
Okay.
So is the actually these are
because that one, the fist and like the thing that looks very like the old.
I know that he bought one box of the Kill Team box, right? And he tried to make. He didn't try. He did make 30 orcs out of it.
I like that. I like that.
So he's used flash kits to make tank busters. He's used AOS orcs to make more breaker boys.
Blood Bowl orcs used as breaker boys is.
Yes, yeah.
It's just awesome. I love it. There's one in particular I really like.
And the old shoulder. I've got a real nostalgia for the old like shoulder mounted kind of rocket stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah.
Pirate.
Nice work, Chris.
Orc Corsairs.
Really like that. Now I had to put this one in our highlights because Rob has also painted the Titan, which we saw last show.
Yeah.
In a cool shiny turquoise, and he's gone and painted a dip cloth for it.
With Complay?
With the Complay logo on it. I love that, Rob.
We won't make our usual pun there.
No.
But yes.
Yeah, love that. I didn't see, I think this was, I played Rob's Titan list recently, and I did not see this on it. I can't remember if he painted this afterwards, but...
Yeah, it's great.
Let's have another game.
Thank you, Rob.
Now, Paddy Mick has posted a bunch of cool old Hammer orcs, including some really cool old metal Bad Moon orcs. I just picked out this photo because it's really funny. He's done grot tank busters where they're like little armored car.
It's giving Robot Wars. I'm into it.
It is giving Robot Wars,
yeah.
I really, really like this.
We should have got
He uses them as tank busters.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, it's so good. So they must be 40mm bases.
Yeah.
With, I don't know, epic scale tanks.
What was that guard little tank that would drive towards the enemy and then detonate?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's got that energy, right?
Yes, yeah.
It's just really fun. Really fun. This is what Orcs is about. Stupid kid.
That's what Orcs is.
Now, Sam, I know you really like these from Nebro83. I don't know if we know them.
I think he's one of the guys from Sorry Primates here, I do believe.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, Sam, you were really impressed with these, weren't you? You're a Tau player.
Yeah, they're really cool.
They're really beautiful. Cool posing. I can't tell where the like 3D prints start and the official models.
Are these 3D printed?
I don't know because I think this is right.
No.
Or is it
No, I
not?
think that's a bash. I think again.
So most battle suits in Tau are very posable.
Okay, but they just never show it on the box and like things like
Exactly,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
They just
So this
stand
is
them
just
up,
an
really
awesome-
plain,
Yeah, yeah.
arms out.
Yeah.
But you can do this with every single battle suit, apart from crisis suits, which are kind of locked in.
Well, then I'm even more impressed because I just assumed it was a print because it's so like dynamic. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Also, the paint job's awesome. Yeah, big fan. What is this? I don't even recognise this.
So that is the shield generator, which usually is on the other arm.
Oh,
just
so he's
kind
like
of a
swapped
bit
it. Yeah,
different in this one.
yeah. So he's
I'm
kind of
doing
like
the kind of power crouch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
On
Sweet.
the left arm, which you can't see, there should be a fuck off iron gun, but maybe it's not even on the model yet, or something.
Yeah.
Or like there's a magnetized
There's
and the arm
something in the
sliding
background
behind this.
here.
Yeah, I think it's I think it just
Which could be about.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that looks like an arm.
Yeah.
Great work.
Really
Great
cool.
work.
Really cool. Who's next? Oh yeah, Drazek.
I think this is Harry. I think
We
again from
were
Sorry
treated
Promise.
to the work in progress of this
Yeah.
army, and when it was just all it was airbrushed with the zenithal purple and pink, I knew it was going to be good. But when we posted with all the trim done, it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah,
These are so good.
so cool.
Incredible work.
Yeah.
I love when Emperor's Children go this way. I think that was one of the main things. I've not loved a lot of their heavy metal work, like the official artwork on a lot of the new releases for the new what are the new Chaos versions of Assault Centurions that have just previewed this week.
Mutilators.
So they dropped new Mutilators, and I think they're a really nice model, but I just don't think. And this isn't, again, I could be wrong, but
no, you should insult heavy metal.
Yeah.
It's up to it. Yeah.
They could have to run
they just look a bit
paint
flat.
a bit like GW, right?
Yeah.
Can they use airbrushes?
Yes, exactly. So it's really nice to see EC done.
I think they have to do this thing where, to the untrained eye, it looks like it would be easy to paint.
Yes.
Like if you look at an Ultramarine and you don't know about painting, you go, "Oh, it's just kind of blue."
Yeah,
so if I paint it blue, it'll look that good.
I think that's correct.
But it's not,
right.
and you can't do really stylized stuff like this because it would be obvious that it would be hard to paint.
Yes, no, exactly. So great work.
Yeah, really good. I'm just going to go back to the orcs because I
for
saw
fun.
in chat.
Yes, it's actually breaches. These are Admech breaches. Yes.
Yeah. So good. Love that. Mortal, this is Zach. Zach, I've followed on Instagram for a while.
Yeah.
They're all just
look cool. Shouts to Zach and all the ABR boys.
So this is a print, right?
No, I think it's a kit
I think
bash.
this is a print.
I think it's a print.
Yeah.
Zach, I know you're here. Let us know if there's a print or a bash. But I had no idea. So in my head, these didn't have little fish boys in.
They don't. Well, as in like in the lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that little chest bit is where they all go.
Yeah. I thought it was like a dreadnought, like a marine dreadnought, like because in my head that's how all of these suits are. But
It is, isn't it?
It's a kit bash print apparently. Well, no, yeah. So, but there's a living person that goes in there and he just hops out, right?
Which is different to this.
No. A dreadnought.
Dreadnought's got a dead
It's got
person.
like a pretty much dead person
Oh
on
no,
life support. Yeah.
So I think the people inside of
they're
a.
literally suits. They're suits that they wear.
They're what they're called. Yeah,
But I think in the lore as well, the person that goes into a riptide gets heavily irradiated. They're not there for long.
He's not. He just hopped out.
That's why he hopped out. He's not too much of it.
Yeah, and then can you just zoom in on the screens as well? Some lovely freehand screen work.
That's crazy. I glue all my models. Anything that articulates or open or closes, I glue it.
Yeah.
So when people paint the inside, crazy to me.
When I saw this, it made me think, and it's deeply problematic if I'm honest with you, but there used to be an old little instrument that Rolf Harris used to thing. Looks a bit like that.
Right, a musical instrument that's not a wobble board.
Yeah, exactly. Like a little.
I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Fake news. So this is kind of vaguely based on the Ghost Kill kit. Does have an opening cockpit. So I think it's to kind of run with that. And then obviously this bit on the left where the gun should be, that's going to be magnetized, so you can put the other one.
So he's just hopped out to urinate, basically.
He's just behind the tree.
Just behind the tree. You can just see him.
Just having a fire.
I'm just going to show you behind him 5 minutes.
This basing look, I need to ask that what the snow effect is, because I might be doing snowy Motan. And I want
Snowtan,
yeah.
Cool. Thanks for that, Zach.
Beautiful work. Netherian 89.
Okay, you can't just drop a company.
Just drop a look at this.
And also 500 Worlds. So I know that the guys at Primarchs are just starting a 500 Worlds campaign, so I think it might be tied into that. But look at this, Raiders.
My question for Netherian89 is, at what point will you stop painting the teleport homers? Because I painted 2 and I'm like, that's probably enough.
Yeah, exactly. Just repeat, rinse and repeat. Yeah, but that's great.
It looks amazing. Beautiful army.
Who were the plebs in front?
We've got some garden stuff in front, and some sisters, some allies.
Yeah, some allies basically. Okay. There's a Ultramara division of guard, aren't there? That I think I've seen a few of. So
which are going to be more in the 500 Worlds narrative, and
which are the wardens, kind of wardens thing, like
Hastati Surf.
Yes,
kind of
Hastati Surf class. But great work.
Just so cool. Well done for just finding a table big enough to fit it all on.
Yeah. Goodness me.
Yeah. Looks amazing. Look, this is me.
Oh, yeah, we got to the hour. As always, we like to.
We've got some other people. I did put us last, but then some other people put some last minute.
Okay,
so we'll do us, and then we'll do some other people.
Yeah.
I'm just updating people on how my ridiculous orc kit bash thing is going.
I love this.
I slapped some paint on it.
It's got a scuttling energy that I'm really into.
Very Ghibli-esque.
Yeah, it
is. Okay, maybe I'll lean into the Ghibli, yeah. So I'm kind of excited to finish painting this and do my tactical marines and
tactical orcs.
Tactical brigades of justice and finish them up.
That's very cool.
Oh wait, it's got an orc coming at the front of it, right?
Yeah, that's to show that it's a transport.
I wanted to show it's a
Yeah.
transport and the orcs live inside it, and for some, because they're orcs, right? Despite the fact that this is going very fast and blasting fire out the back, he's still trying to climb out the front.
Still jumping out.
Yeah.
Because
the other reason I did that is because I wanted to I didn't want it to be obvious that it was hollow, so I'm trying to cover up the opening.
I see.
Because it's supposed to have like a grill in there.
Yeah.
Which because I kit bashed it, didn't follow the instructions properly. I missed my opportunity to put the grill in it.
Okay. Makes sense.
So that's why.
So well done, Tim. That's great. And then moving on to my ultras.
So this is your ultras, but painted by Captain.
Yeah. So this is my Smash Captain. Honor Vermont captain that's going to join my Stone Guard vets.
Mr. Fister.
Yeah, Mr. Fister, Pointy Fister. Again, if you recall from the last thing, I've got movement and stability in terms of my army, and this guy's joining the Stone Guard vets who are very stoic, sat barely pose, like a lot of and I just wanted him to have a little bit of movement with it, but not, again, match the theme of the rest of the army. So hence him having the more Roman looking head as well, because the rest of I kit bashed the Stone Guard to ensure they had the gladiator-esque kind of helmets on as well.
This bit.
Yeah.
I like as well with the because the tassels and the cape is going in the same direction. It's like he's saying, brothers.
Yes.
The wind is blowing that way.
Exactly, behind you. It's a bit of Ghost of Yotai, follow the winds. So shouts to Callum there. And then the last minute,
guys. So I'm glad Rob posted this last minute because I wanted to shout about it. Rob won a Grey Knights Combat Patrol by doing well at a tournament, and he's kit bashing it into Legion of the Damned. He's going to use Dark Angel's rules. So what he's done...
This will be the Knight or G-Man, depending on how he wants to...
Yeah, so this is a Primarch. It's a Dreadnought, and it's got a demon blade, and you can give it a shield, but you can also take the shield off.
And then that's G-Man. He's got the fist of...
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so it could be G-Man or the Knight, or the Lion, I guess. Which is awesome. I love a kit.
Bring the Boxnall back.
Got to keep the box score.
Yeah, exactly. Before it gets yeeted into Legends.
Always in our hearts. Right, two more. Our beloved Brandon, who we mention on the show a lot, because he's a bit of a character around our ways.
The human cheese string.
He started collecting. The clowns, the clown Eldar.
Yeah.
And he's done this really cool mottled, marbled effect on all the vehicles.
Yeah, they look great. Brandon has come on leaps and bounds.
Brandon is going to win best.
He shouldn't do that to them.
Sorry? So he's got this wonderful marbled effect, and the turquoise really pop. I just like the fact that it naturally brings your eye to the front of the vehicle and then you move back. It's great. Well done, Brando. Well done, Brando.
Looks like you could very easily use that as like a cloud effect on a super chromed like body of something.
Yes,
that's interesting.
Yeah, really nice. Love it.
So yeah, he's going troop slash.
That's the if you haven't heard about this technique for marbling, you take a baby wipe, dry it out, spray through it,
or like a what we call a bedroom poppadom, which is when you've been watching Channel 99 of an evening. Anyway, next one.
Let's move on. Dan, Freemania.
So this is from the new Dungeon Quest thing, Hero Quest thing.
It's not Warhammer
Quest.
Warhammer Quest, that's it. Which is used to be.
I nearly bought that box
just for this,
just because the models are so cool. Even though I've got no interest in playing.
No, exactly.
And then I didn't. And then Dan posted. It was a shame to only show one photo because he posted he's done loads of work towards this box, and it's all great. And now I really, really want to buy it.
But we did say so. Fantastic work, absolutely fantastic work on this. But I do. We've kind of spoke about this on air before. I love parts of the sculpt, but his left arm holding the sword is too thick, and what that then does is it draws your eye to like his midriff and that arm, and you kind of lose the. It's got a great face, but he's got a pea head, and so you focus on that central bit. When the reality is, he's got like a fantastic sword. Like the headdress is like really, really cool. His head's really, really cool. But you tend the weight of the model and parts of the model pull you into that central section. So fantastic sculpt, but it's just a shame that bloated arm creates a bit of an imbalance, but the paint job and everything is amazing.
Let's focus on that because it's beautiful.
Look at those little faces,
really cool, like rust effects dripping down.
And the verdigris and like things.
There's kind of bruised flesh around the edge where the arm is touching it. Really cool.
Paddy Mick says that we should make Brandon art director for the channel. Done. Whatever that might entail. He almost became mod of Epic Flail, so it's a next logical step for him. I think. So thank you for everyone again for your submissions to our hobby corner. Please continue to send them in to the Discord, which again is down at the bottom.
It is a highlight. I love looking at them.
Yep.
Also, please use the Hobby Help channel. I want to let's get some discussion going there. What does this need? What colour should I do? How do I do this? I'm going to post in there. What's a good snow effect?
And I think also what would be good to do going forward is just have specials. So I'd like to do a Kit Bash special, for instance, because that's what I love.
Yeah, we'll do that.
So I think that's everything for this week, mate. What I would very much like to do, big shout out to Jeff, everyone who's at Team Asia, Paquette Primarchs. This was also this is the exclusive T-shirt from the event last Roll Higher Die. So shout out to both Paquette. Oh, do that.
As well, bit higher.
Roll Higher Die.
And then arch your back.
Leave it alone. If I'm going to twerk for the channel, I want a 20 quid super chat. Shout out to everyone there. Just want a big shout out to kind of sponsors as well. So obviously, Primarchs, where we're doing this lovely show. You can come and meet us if you get a membership. It's a hobby space that's open 24/7, facial recognition, lots of rooms, lots of game styles.
The facial recognition is so cool.
It's wild.
What's up? Usually I'll come in, we'll park up. The boys will go and get me a sandwich because they're very nice. I usually rush from work. And then I'll wander over to the thing with sometimes a handful of stuff, and then the door just opens.
Yeah, just welcomes you. Shout out to them. Hobby Henchman, obviously, if you're the Hobby Henchman guys, we're with us in Thailand. They've got an RTT on Sunday, the 22nd of March. Can I just say, make more RTTs on a Sunday, please? Saturday is for the boys. Sundays for hobbies. So Sunday RTT
is for the boys.
Exactly. Big shout out to the Hobby Henchman guys. There's also the Warp, and Max, who's also part of Hobby Henchman, has got a Warhammer Old World RTT on Saturday, 21st of February. A few tickets left for that. I know you like a bit of Old World.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a segment on this today. I'll keep it brief. There was just an Old World balance patch. I think it addresses the one thing I didn't like about it for a while, and so I'm going to get heavily back into it, I think.
Okay, so we'll do some more.
Maybe you'll
old
see me at the
content.
Warp. Yeah.
And then quite a few of us are going to the Incursion Events GT on the 28th of February, 1st of March. Thanks to Luke, one of our favourite people down on the South Coast. And there's still a couple of tickets left for that as well. And you can come along and play us. I'll be playing Marines again. My EC Dirge will be done.
What I'll do, Nick, is I will make thread on the Discord. We have a channel called Events, and I will make a thread for each of these tournaments where you can say if you're going, and you can ask questions and share your lists.
Ask for lifts and stuff if you're local.
Yeah, ask for a lift if you're local.
Organise,
or
get together.
If you want to go and you want to meet someone who watches the channel, you could ask anyone else going. That kind of thing. Exactly. I will do that.
I say, cool, great stuff. So thank you for everyone for tuning in. I am going to go and get some sleep and profusely apologise to my girlfriend even more from the doghouse. Tim, what are you going to do?
I'm going to go home and apologise to your girlfriend as well.
It's needed, it will help. Yeah. Thank you so much everyone for tuning in. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, hit the bell, not in that way.
Join the Discord.
Find us on Instagram, TikTok, not on Twitter because Elon Musk is a bellend.
Yeah.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye.